after failing that jamb, I thought that was going to be like the end of failure. Like the next year I'll just write and I'll pass and go to school. But guys, I still failed the next year. So I know that a lot of motivational speakers may actually tell you that, you know, failure is a stepping stone to success. See, if you don't use failure as a stone, there will be no success. You will not step to any success. And that is what I'm going to do in this video. I'm not just going to tell you my experience. No, I'm going to tell you practical steps that I did that helped me to get my dream course. So I remember that night when I failed my first jamb. I was like, okay, you know what, I can do this the next year. I can try harder, or probably I'm gonna get the course I desire or something else. Because I got to 27, I was like, okay, you know what, I can get this when I applied through post-UTME or any of those things. I didn't get admission that year, so I said, okay, the next year I was gonna try. Guess what I got the next year? I got to 25. That was lower. And I'm like, what is this? Like, what is this? But the next year, by God's grace, I got admitted into University of Jos, and I'm now studying dentistry. Failure will not define you. It is what you do with your failure that will define you. And that's why in the intro, I told you that it's like a stone. What are you going to use it for? Are you going to place it as a step to make you move backward, or a step to make you move forward? So in my case, I started telling myself, I am not a failure. Even though I was crying, there were nights that I was crying. I cried so hard that one day my dad told me that, why are you crying? Is it not garbage in, garbage out? Like, this was the person that was trying to pamper me and pet me that, don't worry, you got this, you can do this. Like, he did not understand why I was grieving for so long. He'd make the matters worse. Nigerian University was not giving me any admission, like nothing. And imagine seeing your friends being matriculated. It was so annoying. I thought I was a failure, but I had to come to that point that, girl, I am not a failure. Like, God does not say I am a failure. There's no way in scripture that says I am a failure. I am not a failure. I'm not going to let this define me. I'm going to do something about it. And that will bring me to my next point, guys. You have to be sincere with yourself. I know that I said you should not let failure define you, right? But where we're wrong, like, what exactly went wrong? There were some like things that I did not know. Like, I didn't know what exactly went wrong initially until I now started thinking. And that's what I'm going to tell you. Think. I know you are crying. Stop crying. The cry is not going to do anything. I cried the first year. The second year, I had to have sense. So don't cry. In fact, I was telling God, you betrayed me. You left me when I needed you the most. I was just saying rubbish. And I can imagine my angel just like, do you really have sense? Are you not supposed to be thinking about your life and know what to do? So guys, I will tell you what exactly went wrong. Is it that the computer had an issue? If that's the problem, okay. But is it that you don't like English, or is it that you were not reading a lot of, like, you didn't focus on 2 subjects that you knew very well, or you didn't focus on 3 subjects that you knew very well, just scattering your energy abroad and you got nothing? Is it that you didn't understand what to read in physics? Is it that you didn't understand what to read in chemistry? Is it that you didn't understand what to read in what do they call it now, in math? Is it, what exactly went wrong? Is it that you were not reading for a long time? And this thing, if you can sit down and ask yourself what went wrong, really, you may find an answer. You will find an answer. Not you may find, you will find an answer. If your own is spiritual, because I'm a Christian, to be honest, there are some families that nobody has ever gotten to university. You cannot even undermine that one. Even if everybody in the world does not believe about God, me, I do. And I know that patterns are real. So if, for example, yours is that nobody in your family has ever gotten to the university before and you're the first person, girl, guy, you have work to do. You have to not just read for the jamb, you have to pray yourself out of it first before even applying the jamb or doing any other thing. So these are a lot of things, but you need to ask yourself, what went wrong? What did I do that went wrong? Or what am I supposed to know? What do I know about writing and passing jamb? How much information do I have? Like, what exactly went wrong? So in my case, when I found out that what went wrong was I was not preparing well. I wasn't preparing adequately enough. Like, I was not reading until it was like a month or 3 weeks, and I'll now start reading. I immediately started. The next year, thank God, I went into remedials, and I was if you see me reading in that remedials, you think that I wanted to get admission the next day, and it was real. I wanted to get admission, so I was reading in the toilet, in the bathroom. Guys, so it's not funny. Like, I was reading madly. Like, I was reading. So since I knew that was my problem, as I said, doing. So you find out what is your problem, what exactly do you need to change, and start doing it immediately. Like immediately. Don't wait till next year. If you are like me, don't wait till next year when they say JAMB form is coming out before you start preparing. No, start now. Start opening the past questions. Solve as many as you can find. Solve it until you can solve a past question and be getting everything complete. Do you understand? Yes, that's what I am telling you to do, guys. When I found what went wrong, I started looking for the solution immediately. And I know I've already said a lot of things about it, but I started looking for the solution. Maybe it's because I don't know how to answer things like very fast or with timer or whatever it is. I started looking for solution. Whenever I'm solving past questions, but I used to answer it with a time. Like I will set a time like that is below the normal time I know that they will give us and answer everything. Like I was doing that. I know it's hard work, but I had to do it because I wanted to pass. So you need to know what exactly went wrong in the last thing. But now, what is the solution? If yours is like a spiritual problem, you have to pray. You have to understand what family patterns is and you have to break it. If yours is laziness, like okay, you are not mingling with your friends, you're not asking them questions, what are you reading, this and this, you're tired of reading, or you're just alone, and being alone can actually be frustrating. Join a tutorial center. Yes, if you don't have money to join a tutorial center, then connect to people, ask them, sorry for the background noise, ask your friends questions. Okay, can you study this topic while I study this topic? Can you do this while I do this? Can we explain to each other? You need to do it. If yours is because probably you didn't get admission the following year or like 3 or 4 years and you've been staying at home and everything has vanished from your mind, you have to just look for a way. If you can join a tutorial center, anything you can do that will make sure that your problem that you found does not like become a problem again for you. Just do it. So in my case, like I said, I set timers and I was solving these past questions. I was teaching people because I didn't want to forget. I was reading madly. I remember one time I went to the library and I didn't leave the library till around, I went around 8 and I didn't leave the library till around 4 because I was like, you know what, I'm determined. I must pass this year. I am determined. So yes, you need to find a solution. Find a solution and solve the solution. When you solve that solution, then you can see change, real change. And now this brings me to the next point, guys. Ask God for wisdom. See, you need to ask God if the course you are applying for is actually the right course. I knew that I wanted to be in the medical line, but I was tilting towards studying medicine or studying nursing. I never wanted to study dentistry. In fact, I used to say, why will I come to the university and be studying dentistry? Like dentistry, teeth, dentistry. So I never liked it. But every time I was praying, God kept confirming to me that, okay, this is what he wanted me to study. God kept saying it through different means that this was what he wanted me to study. And even if I didn't understand it, in fact, there was one time I had a dream. And in that dream, I saw myself when I was together with medical students, but I was not a medical student. And in dentistry, especially in my school, we are together like from pre-clinics. In fact, if once they see you, they call you a medical student. Because both we and medicine students, we are together till, I don't know about other schools, till maybe your 500 level. And then they go for obstetric and gynecology, then you go for your dentistry part. So I had to ask God, what exactly do you want me to study? Because God has made you and everything about your life is detailed. God knows where he wants you to be. For some people, he may just let you do whatever you want to do with your life if you don't ask him. But for some people, your life is really very important to God. Like he wants you to be somewhere. So am I saying you shouldn't have dreams? No, you should. But let your dreams be in alignment with God's will for your life. Because this is the person that made you. You didn't come to earth to just live. Yes. And now this will bring me to my next point. Don't give up on your dreams. Yes. Don't give up. Like, see, let it not be said that you are that person that because you applied for JAMB 4 times and you didn't get it, so you are going to stop applying and you're not going to become an engineer or become a nurse or become a physiotherapist that you really want to be. No, don't give up on your dreams. Yes, I know you should ask God and ask him, okay, God, what is your will for me? But once he has told you that will, or if that will is even the same thing that you have been passionate about, don't give up. It's going to be hard. Nobody says that success comes without struggle. It is going to come with struggle, but don't give up. Refuse to be that person that is going to give up on this dream. Hang on. There are so many people like you that wrote JAMB I know somebody that wrote jamb for 8 years, guys, and he's in my department right now. So you can imagine. And the one thing that I need to tell you not to fall for is everybody is going except me. Like me, whenever I watch these matriculation pictures, I would want to cry. In fact, I cried. Not I wouldn't. I was crying. Like all my mates are going ahead of me. When you are seeing one is in Afe Babalola and you are in a federal university, just be like, oh God, what am I using my life for? Or you are seeing one getting admission outside the country. Don't compare yourself with anybody. This life, the sky is beautiful, is wide enough. The sky bar is wide enough for everybody, every bird that wants to fly without hitting each other, except they want to hit each other. So guys, it's your life. It is not about who gets admission first, really, because even if you get admission first, the person gets work before you. It's not really about her. And some people, their life is already smooth. They have parents that are sorting everything for them. Will you now come and be comparing yourself with them? Don't compare yourself with anybody. Refuse to compare yourself. Yes, they are getting admission and everything. Your time is gonna come. So while your time is coming, be happy, enjoy, because guess what, this phase is not going to last forever. So just enjoy. Know that it's going to pass. And I know that this is not easy, guys. There were times that I cried. This is not easy, but you just have to endure. And if you have God, if you have a relationship with God, it will even be better, because there were times that I went to God and I was crying. What is happening? Why is my life in pause? Why is this happening? Like, what exactly? What is happening? But when God turn around and help your life, it will be like you are dreaming. I'm telling you. So I've come to the end of this video. I want you to use all of these tips. See, these things are efficient. They will help you. Use all. I filmed this thing with so much passion, like that. God, nobody's going to be experiencing what I experienced. And even if anybody is going to experience it, they would know what to do. They will know what to use their failure for. So please, these things I've told you, whatever it is that you've been grieving and grieving, enough of grieving. Don't grieve again. Please think, what caused this failure? If you've had failure like 7 times, what caused this 7th failure? Sorry for that good noise. What caused this failure? And start looking for a solution, whatever, and be honest with yourself. Whatever the solution is, start applying the solution. Start immediately, and don't wait for next year. Start preparing this year. You get? So I've come to the end of the video. Please, I don't understand if you've not subscribed to this time. Subscribe. It will help my channel. Please subscribe. I beg you, subscribe. And you can tell me in the comment section about what you think about what I've said. And particularly, I want you to tell me, just reflect and just give me any spontaneous thing that comes to your mind of what your problem is. If your problem is you've not been reading and all of those things, just tell me in the comment section, and I think somebody be able to help you. I'll be able to reply all of your messages, and I am going to help you with solutions. And I know that by this time next year, you're going to be saying admission. All right, guys. Bye. Take care. Mwah.